today we jump into giving, everybody's favorite. When we realize that God was not stingy with us, he did not say, okay, what's the minimum I can do for them? The reality that though we have served other gods, including money, God continued to love us so much that this is where he gave his son, Jesus Christ, gave this act of giving, gave Jesus Christ for us. And how much did he give for you? Jesus is the reason that God still loves you. He's also the reason that God will always love you, and his love can never be taken away, no matter how much you fail, no matter how much you succeed. He loves you because of what Jesus gave. How much did Jesus give? Did he sit down and really calculate out, okay, they're worth about this much? No, it wasn't 10%. It wasn't 20%. It wasn't 90%. Jesus gave his entire life, poured out on the cross for you. No matter what you have done or will do, you could know that you are loved by the God of the universe so much. It was costly. It was generous. It was ridiculous. It was abundant. It was more than we ever deserved, more than we can even fully fathom. The cost that God had paid, it's enormous. And the more and more we contemplate that reality of this sacrificial, generous gift of God, our hearts will move. We begin to reorganize our priorities, our values. We realize that in him is security and significance and enjoyment, and we begin to reflect his life of generosity. When we start at the beginning of a message on giving, it's really tempting for all of us to go, okay, how much? What's the least that I can give? And a lot of the time, the church focuses on 10%, which is known as a tithe. It goes back to the Old Testament, but that was only part of it. On top of the tithe were offerings, and there were a whole slew of offerings. It's really tempting to go, okay, what's the number? 10%. That's a great start, but it doesn't reflect the generosity of Jesus. The generosity of Jesus was a cross, was a sacrifice. If we don't give to the point that it's a sacrifice, then we're not actually giving, reflecting the generous and sacrificial love of God. 10% for you might be a huge sacrifice right now. It's more a matter of when we consider what we give, are we giving in a reflection that Jesus is the treasure of our heart? Are we giving as a reflection of his generous and costly giving of his own life for us on a cross? Do we give that way? And if we do, then we're reflecting this incredible love that God has for us. So as you enter into this week of giving, don't forget your week of being. If you start just giving out of that calculation mode, you're going to miss the point. But if you give out of an incredible reflection on what has been given to you through Jesus Christ, then the giving becomes delight, because the treasure, your true treasure, your heart itself will be in heaven. And then we can give, and we can give sacrificially as a reflection of the love of God for us.